What if I told you that one of history's most mysterious civilizations never truly vanished? That even though their mighty cities crumbled and their temples were devoured by jungle vines, their people, their traditions, and even their world-changing ideas, like the concept of zero, are still shaping our world today. It sounds impossible, right? For centuries the story has been told the same way. The Maya rose, they built astonishing cities, and then, just like that, they disappeared. But here's the twist. That story is a myth. The truth is stranger, deeper, and far more powerful. Tonight we're peeling back the vines, stepping into the ruins, and unveiling the hidden truth of the Maya. Because what they left behind wasn't just stone and legend. It was knowledge so advanced it's still embedded in our daily lives. But here's the question that lingers in the shadows. Were the Maya simply geniuses ahead of their time? Or is there something more, something unexpected, that we've only just begun to uncover? Stay with me. By the end of this journey, you may never look at the ancient world the same way again. The civilization that refused to vanish. Say the words, the fall of the Maya, and most people picture an entire people vanishing into mist, temples crumbling, cities swallowed by jungle, silence. But that image is a lie. The Maya never disappeared. Sure, their grand cities like Tikal and Palenque fell quiet, the jungle crept over their pyramids, the plazas filled with vines, but the people? They endured. In Guatemala alone, nearly 40% of the population identifies as Maya today. Millions still speak ancestral languages, wear traditional clothing, and keep alive ceremonies rooted in centuries of tradition. Across Mexico and Belize, thriving communities carry forward what outsiders once thought was lost. And here's the overlooked truth. There isn't just one Maya culture. There are more than 20 distinct groups in Guatemala alone, each with unique languages, rituals, and stories. Imagine if all of Europe were lumped into one label, Roman. That's how misunderstood the Maya often are. Think about it this way. When the Roman Empire fell, the people didn't vanish. They became Italians, French, Spaniards, Germans. The empire collapsed, but the culture transformed. The Maya followed the same path. Their empire faded, but their identity adapted and survived. So if the Maya never vanished, why did their cities crumble? What force was powerful enough to silence some of the most advanced urban centers in the ancient world? Hold that question, we'll get there. The calendar that fooled the world. Fast forward to December 21st, 2012. Remember the chaos? Some people genuinely believed the world was ending, all because of the Maya calendar. Hollywood cashed in with disaster movies, people stockpiled canned goods, conspiracies went viral. But here's the shocking truth. The Maya never predicted doomsday. Their calendar wasn't about the end. It was about cycles. The Maya viewed time as an endless wheel, not a straight line. Their long count calendar tracked vast stretches of time, spanning 5,125-year cycles. December 21st, 2012 wasn't the apocalypse. It was just the end of one cosmic cycle, and the start of another. Like flipping from December 31st to January 1st. But what made this possible? A discovery so profound it changed the world. Zero. The Maya's shell glyph for zero let them build a base 20 numerical system centuries before Europe caught up. This system wasn't just theoretical, it powered their calendars, their astronomy, their architecture. Next time you send a text, unlock your phone, or calculate on a computer, remember, the Maya were using the very idea that makes it all possible, zero, long before the rest of the world. But if their mathematics and astronomy were this advanced, what else lies beneath the jungle, waiting to be revealed? Secrets still buried beneath our feet. Here's the wild part. What we've uncovered of the Maya world is just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, you've seen the iconic ruins of Chichen Itza. Yes, you've heard of the soaring pyramids of Tikal. But beneath the dense jungle canopy lie hundreds, maybe thousands of cities we haven't even touched. Take El Mirador, for instance. It's one of the largest ancient cities in the Americas. Some pyramids there are taller than skyscrapers, yet much of it remains buried under vegetation. Even at Tikal, one of the most famous Maya sites, archaeologists know there are entire complexes hidden beneath mounds of earth. What looks like a hill in the jungle? Often it's the top of a temple waiting to be uncovered. Thanks to LiDAR, a laser mapping technology that can see through dense vegetation, we now know the Maya world was far bigger and more interconnected than anyone imagined. Vast highways stretched across the jungle, irrigation canals fed massive populations, sprawling urban networks rivaled the scale of ancient Greece or Rome. So, if this much is still hidden underground, What secrets are waiting to be found? The game where winners faced death. Now, let's turn to one of the strangest and most chilling parts of Maya life, their sacred ball game. At first glance, it looks like an ancient form of basketball. A heavy rubber ball, stone hoops set high on court walls, players using only hips, elbows, and knees to keep the ball in motion. But here's the twist. This wasn't just sport, it was ritual. Imagine a ball weighing 10 pounds, hard as stone, flying toward you. Imagine trying to slam it through a vertical stone hoop with nothing but your hip. Impossible? For the Maya, it was sacred. And here's the shocking part. The losers weren't always the ones sacrificed. Some evidence suggests it was the winners. Why? Because what greater offering than the strongest, the most victorious, the best of the best? To give the gods not the weakest but the elite. Dying on the court could mean eternal honor. So the next time you watch a game-winning shot, remember, in the Maya world, the ultimate prize might have been death. The world of fire and water. It wasn't all sacrifice and ritual. The Maya also lived in harmony and sometimes in fear of their volatile environment. Picture this, volcanoes rumbling in the distance, earthquakes shaking the ground, rivers cutting through dense jungle, storms sweeping in from the sea. This wasn't just scenery, it was the foundation of their worldview. The earth trembled, the gods stirred, rivers flowed, they were veins of creation, volcanoes erupted. That was divine warfare beneath the surface. Even in daily life, they sought balance. Maya communities built sweat baths, stone or mud structures where hot rocks and herbs created cleansing steam. These weren't just ancient spas, they were sacred spaces for healing, rebirth, and purification. In a world of fire and water, destruction and renewal, the Maya saw life itself as a cycle. Pyramids that spoke to the stars. When you walk among Maya pyramids today, you see ruins. But to the Maya, these were messages written in stone, cosmic observatories, stairways to the heavens. Take the temple of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza. On the equinoxes, the setting sun creates the illusion of a serpent slithering down the staircase. To the Maya, that wasn't an illusion. It was a god descending from the heavens, or El Caracol, the observatory. Its windows aligned perfectly with the movements of Venus, a planet the Maya saw as divine, a timekeeper of war and rebirth. Every pyramid, every temple wasn't just architecture, it was a calendar, a story, a living map of the cosmos. The collapse that wasn't the end. Now comes the greatest mystery. What silenced the great Maya cities? Sometime around the 8th and 9th centuries, one after another, their monumental centers fell quiet. Populations dwindled, palaces were swallowed by vines. Why? Some blame endless wars between rival kingdoms. Others point to deforestation, drought, or overpopulation. The truth may be all of the above, a perfect storm of disaster. But here's the key. The cities collapsed. The people did not. The Maya adapted, migrated, and endured. They carried fragments of their ancient knowledge into the present. Their survival is, in itself, one of history's greatest untold stories. The civilization that still speaks. So what's the hidden truth of the Maya? That they were not prophets of doom, but masters of renewal. That their math and astronomy rivaled the greatest minds in history. That vast cities are still buried beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered. And above all, that their story isn't over. The Maya still speak. They still celebrate. They still shape the world. Their civilization didn't vanish. It transformed. So the next time you hear about the mystery of the Maya, remember this. They're not just a vanished people of the past. They're a living reminder of resilience, knowledge, and the unbreakable cycle of culture. And maybe the greatest discovery of the Maya isn't hidden in the jungle at all, but waiting in the future. If this journey into the hidden truth of the Maya fascinated you, here's the deal. The more you like, comment, and share this video, the more YouTube pushes it out to explorers like you. So hit that like button if you felt the mystery, subscribe so you don't miss the next unveiling, and drop a comment below. If you could uncover one lost secret of the Maya, what would it be? Because who knows, your curiosity might spark the next great discovery. This was the unveiling of the Maya's hidden truth, and trust me, this is only the beginning.